Good morning. Welcome to day 5. This is Friday, so I do want you to be aware that you will have an assignment tonight, but for Saturday night and Sunday night, that's your weekend. We're not going to have any assignments then, so I will see you Monday at 9 a.m. for the 6th assignment. But let's look at the 5th right now. We're looking at exponents today. So let's go ahead and write down the formula for the product rule. And when we're talking about product rule, we are finding the product, right? We are multiplying. So I'm going to start off with x to the m power. M is just called an exponent. The x is called the variable. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply it by x to the n power. Now, when you multiply these two together, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the same variable. We're going to have that x, but since we're multiplying and we have exponents involved, we're going to add them up. So we're going to get m plus n. So what we're doing is we're just adding up the exponents, m plus n. All right, let's look at the quotient rule. When we're doing the quotient rule, what we're doing is we're not multiplying, but we're dividing, right? We're dividing. So if I have x to the m power on top, and on the bottom of the fraction, I have x to the n power, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dividing. Now look up here. The product rule, we added the exponents. We got that m plus n going. But right here, we're going to do the opposite of adding. We're going to do subtracting. So we're going to get the same variable x, and it's going to be raised to the m minus n. Okay? Let's talk about the power rule now. The power rule just means we're going to take an exponent to an exponent. So here's how we're going to write that. We're going to have x to the m power on the inside of the parentheses. And on the outside of the parentheses, we're going to have the exponent n. So what happens when you raise a power to a power, or an exponent to an exponent? That's when we're going to multiply those two together. So we're going to have the same variable x, and the new exponent is going to be m times n, or mn. Another way you can think about it is you have x, and then the new exponent would be m times n. Same thing. So here, we're multiplying m and n together to get mn. Okay? The fourth rule, that's the negative exponent rule. The way that works is, if you have any variable and you have a negative exponent, like let's say you have x to the negative n power, what's going to happen is you're going to write that as a positive n in the denominator with a 1 on top. So we're going to have 1 over x to the positive n. Okay? So see how it starts off negative on top? But then when you switch it to the bottom of the fraction, the n is going to be positive. That's called the negative exponent rule. That's what you do with any negative exponent. And then number 5, last, I think this is the easiest rule. It's called the zero power rule. The way that works is if you have anything, let's say you have a number x and it's raised to the 0 power, that means you're always going to get 1. Okay? So anything to the 0 power is 1. But wait, there's an exception. This is for x not equal to 0. So let's go ahead and write that down. X not equal to 0. Okay? So what this means is, if you have something like, let's say 3, and you take it to the 0 power, you're going to get 1. If you have a negative number and you take it to the power of 0, then you're also going to get 1. But if your x is 0, like let's say you have 0 to the 0 power, kind of like this, that would be known as undefined. Undefined. Okay? 0 to the 0 power is just undefined. That means there's no answer to it. Okay? Let's look at your homework for tonight. Okay, we have 25 questions, and the first 5 are going to be Rule 1, next 5 are going to be Rule 2, Rule 3, Rule 4, Rule 5. So you got 5 questions for each. That's 25 questions. And let's go over a few of these together. All right. Rule 1, remember we add the exponents. So I'm going to have x, but 3 plus 2 is 5, right? And I'll let you do the next 2. You're going to be adding those exponents. For number 4, notice that we have the same variable x. We have 6 up here, we have 2 up here, so 6 plus 2, that's going to give me 8. And notice that we have 2 times 3 out in front. So 2 times 3 is going to give me 6. Okay? And number 5 is done the exact same way. Let's look at rule number 2. Here we're subtracting. So we have 8 minus 3, that's going to give me 5. We're subtracting the exponents. 20 minus 16, that's going to give me 4. And then the next one, you would just do negative 6 minus negative 9, which is actually the same thing as negative 6 plus 9. All right, let's try number 9. So here, we're dividing by 5x. That's the same thing as 5x to the first power. So when we subtract the exponents, we're going to have this 2 right here minus this 1. That's just going to give us 1. Now, the numbers out in front, 30 divided by 5, you already know that's going to be 6. So I'm going to have 6x to the first power, also known as 6x. Okay? I'll let you do 8 and 10 by yourself. For rule 3, remember, this is the power rule. That means we are multiplying the numbers together. So 2 times 8, that's going to give me 16. Let's look at 14. Down here, we got x to the 5th. We have 2 on the outside, so we're going to do 5 times 2. That's going to give me 10. Okay? Now, we also have a number on the inside. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to raise that 4 to the second power. And you know, 4 squared, that's going to be 4 times 4. That's going to give me 16. All right. Let's look at rule number 4. This is the negative exponent rule. That means we're going to take negative exponents and we're going to write them as positive exponents in the denominator, the bottom of the fraction. So let's look at number 16. We got negative 2 on top, so it's going to become a positive 2 on the bottom. So I'm going to get 1 over x to the 2 power. 1 over x squared. And I'll let you do the rest by yourself. Rule 5, you know that anything to the 0 power is going to give me 1. That's going to be the case for all these. So, your homework for tonight, go ahead and finish all these up. Have a really good weekend. Remember, your assignment is due by midnight. And Saturday, Sunday, no homework. And I'll see you on Monday. Travis out.